I would also be really open to hiring people who take you out of your comfort zone, because I think, so, I mean, for example, we were talking around product development and how few women there are involved in this industry. And actually that presents problems of its own, because then, and we hear of this in new technology and AI and all these areas as well, where in those instances, the software, the programming is being done by, one group of people. There is no diversity. In the same way, if you are designing products, often there is little diversity in the product development team. There's one example I read recently of it's a really interesting startup business that is making breast pumps for new mums who are breastfeeding. And all of the individuals who were talking about it in the product development team were all men. And you think, there is no first-hand experiance of what it is like to you. Well, maybe they have used a breast pump, but I don't.
We don't want to know. We don't want to know.
Yeah. That's just evenings and weekends. But it's whatever the scenario is, having that diversity in your team to be able to demonstrate empathy and relatability to individuals or scenarios or opportunities is really important.
And obviously from different cultures, and today we're talking a lot about that with what recently happened, but also to link it back to men and women. I think too many women or too many men can be bad in one way or the other. The guys are, if there's a team of guys that tend to be too, I mean, your example is great, of course, because it's obviously the product that is unrelated to the experience, but yeah, the personality of the group can shift if there are too many of them. So
and actually character types as well as whether it's male or female. So I think it's important to think about that when building a team, particularly if it's a team that are working very closely together. It's about what kind of profile are they as well, and understanding how all of that fits together is hugely important, because otherwise you can have sizable issues in teams.
And how would you hire someone that is already creative and you feel the person is creative, or can you also help the person develop his or her creativity? And how would you do that if the person is in your team?
So we talk about when we hire, and I think this is actually any level, but particularly probably maybe the first 10 years of somebody's career, we talk about 25% experience, 25% qualifications, and 50% attitude. Because I think for people to have the right attitude, an attitude towards learning and developing, and that natural curiosity, then people are like sponges. They can learn and develop and grow, and I think that's hugely important. So absolutely, it's got to be around people's attitudes and how open they are really to developing and learning. I think if somebody came in to the room for an interview and came with the attitude that they already had learned and understood all that they could, then I think that would be a no from me.